Hey, look, I got some beautiful weather coming my way. Now, it's supposed to rain someday. But, I mean, shoot, here it is like, what, 6 o'clock in the morning? It ain't even 6 yet. And it's 35 degrees out. It's supposed to get up in the 40s. Tomorrow, it's going to get up to 58. Would be a definite good time to get outside and catch me some rays. I ain't turning out to be pasty by the time spring comes. You got to have your tan for the spring. But look, I've been doing some of that there self-directed research on the internet. I like that stuff. Checked into this Department of Homeland Security. All that ammunition they're buying. Found out some interesting stuff. Hey, and not all of it came from DHS, all right? That little site called, what was it? I don't know, Freedom Outpost and a couple others I went to there and look, see what they had to say. I can't just believe the government. But there's a few things I know that are true, all right? Federal agencies, when they do them munitions requests, first off, that's a 5-year forecast. That's right. So all them bullets ain't for 1 year. Another thing I learned, most of them agencies never buy as many as they forecast for. So, you know, how much of that 7 million billion rounds they gonna get, who knows. But look, a couple things to think about here. One, I didn't know it till I did some research here, but federal law enforcement officers are required to qualify with the ammo they're carrying. So if they carry hollow points, they got to qualify with hollow points. I don't know if it makes any real difference as far as qualifying and actually shooting the gun if you use different bullets. I mean, I can see different grain loads would make a difference. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's that. All right, so, you know, all them extra rounds, you know, what seems like a lot of hollow points, a lot of them just going downrange into a sand berm. Okay. Another thing I didn't realize, there's a whole bunch of agencies fall under DHS. I mean, the Coast Guard falls under DHS, the Secret Service falls under DHS, the Federal Law Enforcement Training Facility down there in Georgia, it falls under DHS. I mean, they train officers from all over the United States, not only federal ones, but, you know, state boys, city, county, you know what I'm saying. So they need a lot of bullets. Anyway, look, a couple organizations I looked in. One I thought was kind of interesting, the most interesting of all. That was NOAA. Now, why in the world does NOAA need bullets? Well, let me tell you why. It turns out that they have a little organization under them called the Fisheries Department. Wildlife Fisheries. Federal. They got them some law enforcement folks. I guess that's to make sure not too many of them people up in Alaska are getting all the salmon or something. I don't know. But anyway, what comes right down to it, most of these agencies, their munitions request came down to like 500 to 700 rounds a person. Okay? Now, you plinkers out there, I used to be into that myself. You spent a lot of time at the range. You know, you go through 500 rounds of ammunition in a couple of months. And these federal boys, they got to go to the range once a quarter. Don't seem so unreasonable now. I mean, you got 4 times a year you go into the range. You got munitions you got to carry on you every day. I don't know, depending on the agency, how many rounds you carry. I mean, some of them carry 3 clips. So, there's some rounds, and if, let's just say 10 rounds a clip, that's 30 rounds every one of them's carrying. All right? And then they got all that range ammo and stuff, And if you're forecasting, you got to look at whether you think that your workforce in those areas, in those law enforcement areas, is going up or down over that 5 years. And of course, the government is going to go up. So they're going to have more agents, so they're going to need more ammo over that 5-year period. Now, when they get to that 5th year, whether they need that much ammo or not, I don't know. But like I said, according to the information I received, they very seldom buy the amount of ammo they request. Guess that's because the forecast ain't that accurate. You never know. See what I'm saying? But anyway, look, that's just one thing I looked into. Then I got into a little bit of this mental health stuff. Now, I ain't claiming to be no doctor, all right, but I can read. I checked in on things like anxiety, claustrophobia. Found me a study on people living in tents and anxiety. They broke that shit down by age. The older you are, being secluded like that, living in a tent. And I'm going to guess it's not only a tent, but any kind of small area, tiny house, 1 room, 10 by 10, like my imaginary staff stays in back there. The older you get, the harder that is on you, and the greater chance, like 30-some% if you're over 40. It's even higher than that if you're over 50, but 30-some% higher chance of anxiety problems, fear of failure. Yeah. That's just anxiety. And that claustrophobia thing, that's a fear of being in small places. Seems to me them boys back there in that back room ought to be like freaking over that after, I don't know, a couple weeks. Yeah. I mean, even if you get out and about. I mean, can you imagine being in a 10 by 10 room all day? Better yet, let's put one of them sunlights, you know what I'm talking about, go up in the ceiling, up in your roof, let light come in. Let's put one of them over a closet and close you up in a closet. That's about the size of a tent, square footage wise. I guess a small tent. Now that creates some problems for you, I'm thinking. Yeah? And that anxiety and claustrophobia, it creates mood swings. So, anyway, look, what we get here, we got us a little bullet counting edumacation here this morning. Now, I ain't saying that, that they right, for buying all those rounds. I'm just saying here's the justification I'm finding for these things being purchased, and it ain't all from the government, all right? So let's keep our minds open. Then we got a little mental health education. Okay, claustrophobia, anxiety, mood swings. I see a lot of that stuff here on YouTube, it seems. Severe. I mean, woo. And it don't come real quick, it looks like. It looks like a lot of these folks get these mood swings. They go to that negative side for an extended period of time. Okay? And then they come back to I'm okay side. That okay side don't seem to last as long with a lot of them as that negative. The world's coming to an end side. So, I want y'all to think about this. But I did learn something about it. There's some natural remedies. Y'all need to look that up if you think you got issues with it. And you know who you are. If you got issues, you know who you are. Look, this is running too long. I gotta go. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, email me. Hit the subscribe button. People dropping like flies. Ugh. I think they're disappearing completely off the internet's what the problem is. I gotta go. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Bye-bye now.